Hi everyone, I am Susie Lula. I'm so happy to be with you all today. And today I invited my son William to be with us. We are here speaking about my new book called The Motherhood Evolution, How Thriving Mothers Raise Thriving Children. And today we are talking about Chapter 2. And the title of Chapter 2 is What Your Child Really Wants. So I thought, what better way than to have my son on to talk about what he really wants. And I know he probably will speak for many, many of your children. So again, welcome. My name is Susie Lula. I am a spiritual counselor and have been a counselor for about 18 years now. And my son William is 14, so I'm also obviously a mom and have learned a lot in these past 14 years. My new book, The Motherhood Evolution, this particular chapter, Chapter 2, called What Your Child Really Wants, I find to be one of the most fascinating chapters because one of the things that I truly love the most is asking William what he really wants. It's so easy for me as a mother and for us as parents to be looking at our children for what it is that we are wanting for them, or even what it is that we believe they want from us. And so I wanted to start today by reading a little bit from my book. So to just give a little bit of a context, and then I was going to ask William a couple of questions, maybe questions that you also have for your children. You know, I've been asking him these questions probably since he was about 3 or 4 in different ways according to his developmental stage. But from the chapter, I say, it may come as a surprise to you, but in my counseling experience and as well as being a mom, I have found that our children don't really care how much money we make or how large our house is. They simply want to feel connected to us. They long to feel seen and heard. That is what, when we were children, we too longed for. So I know for myself and probably for many of you, when I was a child, what I wanted more than anything was to feel connected to my mother, was to feel valued and to feel like I was important. And I was searching and longing and yearning for this connection. So I go on to say, feeling fulfilled is different from acquiring things, whether material possessions, prestige, or even a relationship. To thrive is to experience a state of well-being that arises right in the middle of the busy lives that we lead as mothers. And this is why I wanted to have William here with us today, because I know for myself as a mom, when I get busy and I'm distracted and I have different things going on in my world, I can see so easily that it affects him. And so I just wanted to start with this. First of all, thank you so much for being here. So a 14-year-old boy willing to hop on a Facebook Live with his mom, I'm very appreciative and grateful to you for even being willing to share. And but I wanted to just ask you, you know, out of all of the things that you wish for from me or from me and Daddy, is there any one thing in particular that jumps out at you that if you could only have one thing from your parents, like what is it that you're looking for from us?
Probably just mostly to get along and, yeah.
To get along with each other?
Yeah.
Do you find, so I think that actually speaks to what I'm saying then. You're saying to get along, to feel connected to us is maybe how I would say it. To get along is how you would say it. Yeah, so you're seeking for us to get along. So then let's just dive in and go, well, I know that there are times that I come to you probably in a less than attractive way. What happens for you when what is it that then you don't like when we're not, connected?
Mostly just, get it being angry with me, or because it makes me get angry, and then we're all angry, and everybody's just clashing. Yeah.
So when I get upset, And that makes you then feel disconnected, feel
Yeah.
like we're clashing. Sorry, bud. So when that happens, how do you feel? Do you feel that you can talk to me during those times? Do you feel like, oh, I better not talk to her during those times? Do you feel like we come back together? What happens in your world?
When you're mad with me, I don't feel like I can talk to you. But then after we all cool down, and then I feel comfortable.
Thank you for sharing so authentically. I so appreciate that. Yeah, I think that's one of the things that we actually do pretty well in our family is the coming back together part. We seem to be able to resolve things. But I hear what you're saying. What would work for you better than me coming in upset?
Well, just to stay calm and to just talk it out.
Just to stay calm and to talk it out. So I don't know about you all, but I know for me, 100,000%, I wished in my family of origin that we could have just stayed connected and talked it out. So I so appreciate you sharing your experience. I think that this speaks to all of us, whether, we're 3, 14, 43, we all either wanted or want in the moment to have been connected to our parents. And this kind of connection, oh, the volume is a little low. Thank you so much, Goldie. I so rely on you guys. So let's see. Here, maybe put this a little closer. We'll speak up. Is that better, Goldie? Such a cute son. Is that better? Give us a... okay, so we'll talk louder. So what I'm saying, though, is that what I found in working with all of my clients as well as all the moms that I work with and in my own family, that I know that what I was seeking was the ability in my family to talk things through, to stay connected during our times of big feelings. That's what I say a lot to him. I'm having big feelings right now. So this is obviously one of the reasons why I'm so passionate about self-care, because I know that the better I take care of myself and the more I take care of myself, then those times of coming in upset are fewer and farther between. And then secondarily, I believe that I'm more able to stay calm and talk things out, because our children are seeking really to be connected with us. Is there anything else that you want to share as far as, do you notice anything about whether I take care of myself when I'm not? Do you notice any of the things that work for you in our family? What do you like in our family?
Well, it really helps when you're in a good mood, and obviously if you've, got, then you're definitely in a better mood, and when you have coffee in the morning, you're in a better mood. Yeah.
So you're saying that what you really appreciate is when I come into our relationship and I'm in a good mood.
Yeah.
Okay. So, hello, I know, again, this is what I longed for. We're all longing for that, whether it's a child, our spouse, a friend, a boss. What we're looking for is the individuals to come to us in a certain kind of an energy, an open-hearted energy, an energy that says, I'm available, I'm open, I'm connected. And so what you're saying is that it really feels different to you when I come to you and I'm in an energy where I'm open-hearted and happy and content, as opposed to when I come in and I'm upset. you feel it differently.
Yeah.
And so this is what we've been talking about these past few weeks on the Facebook Lives, is that depending on how, to what degree and extent I have nourished my own spirit, I am going to come into my relationship with you differently, and this is why I keep saying that it is not selfish to take care of ourselves. It is the most selfless thing that we can do for each other, because when I am nourishing my spirit, I come, and you feel that, right? You probably feel it without me even saying a word. Can you tell without me saying a word, like whether I'm in a good mood, whether can you feel me? Yeah.
Yeah, I can tell, because either when I come in you're really happy, or when I come in you're just on your computer and you're just high, and it just, yeah.
Yeah. So you see, that's a perfect example. Perfect example. He feels the difference when I walk in and I'm happy, I'm probably smiling, my heart's open, as opposed to when he walks in, I'm on my computer, hi. Perfect example, right? And when I take the time, and when we take the time to nourish our spirits, what happens is that energy that our children can feel anyway. They feel our energy whether we've taken care of ourselves or, haven't taken care of ourselves. What we find is that either way, our energy precedes us. So this is why I say taking care of ourselves is not selfish, it's selfless, because it's actually, everything revolves around me. When I walk in and I'm in a bad mood, I haven't taken care of myself, then he can feel that. And he feels like I'm not approachable. He can't connect with me. He's probably nervous, not to put words in your mouth, but you're probably feeling me out, So how does it affect your day when I feel that, when you can tell I feel good inside of myself? How does that affect your day?
Well, it sort of affects my mood too, because then if you're happy, I'm usually pretty happy, and when you're mad, I get mad, and it seems like it affects my health, actually. I seem to get like a headache sometimes, when I go to sleep when I'm upset, when I go to sleep upset or something, I seem to wake up and I'm not feeling great.
Oh, that's actually profound, and I didn't know that, but that makes perfect sense to me. We hold our emotions in our body, and this is the one reason that we can't always control how we are, but we can always intend to come back and reconnect. So I'm so grateful that you're saying that, because when we carry emotions in our body, then it does affect our physical health and well-being. So I appreciate that, and that was actually a very connected, like, for you to be able to make that connection is very wise and astute of you, and I can see that. I could imagine how going to sleep not feeling great, then you're gonna wake up and not feel great. So I'm interested if any of you have any questions that you want me to ask. Yes, I'm seeing Goldie saying, smart and honest child. You're very, very honest boy, and I appreciate that. And I appreciate your wisdom of connecting that emotion with our physical well-being, right? And I think there is a lot of truth to that. When we feel constricted inside, it makes sense that it's going to come out in our physical well-being. So my challenge to all of us is, whether your child is 3 or 13 or 33 or 43, we have this moment to go back and start a dialogue with our child, our adult children or our toddlers. We find age-appropriate ways to speak to them and open a dialogue, to open a conversation. And for me, and I don't know about you, William, but for me, it isn't about always, having everything tied up in a beautiful bow. So I'm not seeking to connect so that we are always agreeing about everything. I'm seeking to connect so that you feel like you have a voice in our family and that you are heard in our family and that you can feel good about your thoughts and your perspective and your point of view, even, and I want to say especially, if it's different from my own. Let me see here. I want to read some of the comments. So Carol is asking, have we talked about growing up with different kinds of friends? I think do you feel like we talk about friends a lot or enough? Do you feel that you can talk to me about your friendships and different things like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like we're pretty good in that area. Another really, really wonderful subject to speak to your children about, again, whether they're 3 or 33 or anywhere in between, because what is it? We all have friendships. We all have our friendships, and our friendships are so important to us. I know my friendships are deeply important to me. Your friendships are very important to you, and our relationship is so important. I always say, the most important thing to me is that we are connected. So in the moments that we're disconnected, to be able to find our way back to each other is really important. So I thank you all for watching today. These days are meant to be short and challenging. I want to really challenge you all. And so my challenge today is that you do go back to your child and that you ask your child some kind of question that opens a dialogue. You don't need to just so directly say, do you feel seen and heard? But ask them, how was your day? Do you have anything that you want to share with me? Ask them about what they're interested in and create in your own heart and your own life the invisible space for your child to be able to come and talk to you, especially about the things that perhaps are not working between you and your child. I want my son to have a space to speak to me and tell me what isn't working for him, because I don't know about you all, but I was a child that I kept all of my feelings inside, and I had an entire world of feelings going on inside of me, and no one really knew besides my journal, and probably my friends. And so this is one of the reasons I want my son. These are our 2 dogs. I bet you can hear those, Goldie. This is why I want to create a space in our home and in our family. Do you want to go and get the dogs? Do you want to say bye to everybody? Thank you so much, William. Thank you so much for being with me. I'm so grateful. I so hope that his comments are assistful to you all, because he's 14, but I know that we feel the same whether we are 3 years old or whether, again, we're 13 or we're 33. We are seeking to feel valuable, validated. We're seeking to feel seen and heard. And I find that there's such dignity in giving everyone in the family a space to speak. Now, this comes with a high entry level on our part, because I know as a mother, the only way that I am going to be in a receptive space to really allow my son to authentically share with me, not just what I want to hear, but truly authentically what he is feeling, I need to be in a particular place of receptivity. And this is why I continually go back to self-care. Because when I nourish my spirit then I'm creating an overflow and I'm creating a welcoming space that says to my son, I want to hear what you have to say, even when it's ugly, when it's not pretty, when it's not what I want to hear. I want to be, I seek to be, I intend to be a welcoming space for him, that he can feel welcome to be all of himself. So this is why I appreciate him speaking so honestly today, because again, I'm wanting him to share about his world in an honest way. And so my challenge to all of you is, no matter how old your child is, start a dialogue today. Start a dialogue about what's really important to them. And take the time to become still in your own life and ask yourself, what is really important to you on your journey with your children? Because I have found that although certain things, are important to me, our home and, the schools and all of that, what I know is more important, it pervades everything, is my connection to my son. So I'm challenging you all, and then please, please, please come back, write in the comment section. And right now, even before we sign off, write in the comment section any question you're going to go and start with your child or a friend or a coworker, a question that is inviting, a question that will create connection and dialogue. If you have a question that you think your child wants to hear from you, I know for me, if I do get upset with my son, what I know about him is that he's longing and waiting for me to go back and reconnect. So even if you have a child who seems very combative, very shut down, goes in their room, shuts their door, says, I hate you, says, I don't want to talk to you, you're the worst parent, whatever they are saying, I'm here to tell you. Those are their words, but what their heart wants you to rush back into the room and to reconnect with them when you are ready. I'm absolutely unequivocally telling you that then the way to get there is to take care of yourself, go nourish your own spirit, learn how to be with your own big feelings. This was a huge journey of mine as a mom. As I've shared with you all many times, I've been on a spiritual path well before I had a child. So I thought I was going to be better at it than I was. It was challenging. All of these feelings coming up inside of me. And I needed to learn how to be present with my own feelings. And this is where I started this whole program and this entire approach with nourishing our spirits, nourishing my spirit on the physical level, on the emotional level. That is what I call emotional self-care or emotional inner care, and the mental level and the spiritual level. So anything that you are wanting to ask your child, to start a conversation, and then please come back and leave your comments with how did it go? Did you feel good inside of yourself for simply opening the conversation, for simply opening the dialogue? We don't want to be concerned with the end result. It's not about the end result. It's not about how did the conversation go. It is about our courage is in embarking on deeper intimacy. Deeper intimacy, deeper connection is what we're talking about. This is all coming from my new book, The Motherhood Evolution, How Thriving Mothers Raise Thriving Children. I'm on a mission to change the face of motherhood from exhaustion and overwhelm to this kind of connection. And to do that, we all need to join together in a collective energy of motherhood, of womanhood. And even fathers and men, I find we just don't give ourselves permission to take care of ourselves. But I found that when we do give ourselves this permission, that we actually end up with a more deeply connected relationship and a more intimate connection with those around us, something as simple as finding the ways to nourish our spirits. So I'm seeing so many of you. I wanted to say a few shout outs. Ivana from Croatia. How neat that we have Croatia represented. And I'm seeing Carol, and I know that Carol is from Brazil. And I saw earlier we shout out to London. And we have many, many people obviously from the States. But truly, we're being represented by the globe right now. So just imagine if just a few of us here take this question and take it back to our children, take it back to our spouses, take it back to those in our life, and Goldie in Texas, and myself in Los Angeles, and Carol in Brazil, and Ivana in Croatia, and Joseph in London, and Tohik, I hope that I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Forgive me if I'm mispronouncing it, from Pakistan. So right now, look at the power here. We're a global collective consciousness. And here is what I know. There is nothing more effective and more quickly changing and transforming our world than when we join together with like-minded individuals. And this is the power of technology, that here we can each be in our own homes, joining together. Carol is saying she accepts the challenge. So I know that many of you have little ones, So talk to your 3-year-old. I've been talking to my son, since he was 3, and asking him. And those of you, I know there are also many of you, Goldie being one, with adult children. I'm telling you, my parents happened to be passed on, but until the day they passed on, this is all I wanted from my parents was connection, period. End of conversation. This is what we're all looking for. And I'm getting emotional because I'm realizing that our lives are short. We have a tiny amount of time here. So we want to create these intimate, connected relationships while we're here. So I'm so grateful for all of you for watching. You can go to my website, suzielula.com, or you can go to themotherhoodevolution.com, and you can download the first chapter of my book free. The first chapter of the book is called From Self-Sacrifice to Self-Care. And I'd love to hear your takeaways, your insights. Please go to the website. It's a free download. You can get it audio or PDF. I'd love to hear what you all have to say. And most of all, I'm wanting us, bring your friends, reconnect here. I'm going to be every day for the next 22 days, taking this Living the Motherhood Evolution journey together. Tomorrow, Wednesday, I can already tell you, I'm going to be live at 8:30 a.m., maybe 8:15 a.m., let's just say 8:15 a.m. Pacific time. So 8:15 in the morning, maybe after you all have dropped off your children at school or you get your tea. And I'll tell you why I know I'm joining it at that time is because I'm going to walk with my girlfriend tomorrow. So it's another act of self-care. So I'm going to ask her if she wants to join together with me, or I'll be from the park where we're going to meet. But the important thing is that day by day, we are challenging ourselves to live these principles, to practice these principles. The more we practice them with the challenges, the stronger we're all going to get together. So your challenge for this evening, connect with your child, start a dialogue, and then come back and let me know what your children have to say. They are the wise ones in the family. All right, much love, everyone, and I will see you tomorrow morning, 8:15 Pacific time, and be sure to go and download the chapter From Self-Sacrifice to Self-Care at themotherhoodevolution.com or suzielula.com, SUZILULA. Love to all of you. Namaste.